I think that as much as I had planned, I mean, after building the Brookfield Conference Center, I certainly know that there are gazillions of things that can go wrong during construction. I certainly never, for the most part, trust the end date. If someone says it's going to be ready on March 31st, I planned for April 15th at least, you know? I think that part I knew. I just think that, there's always a learning curve with something new. So, even though I was frustrated, it's like, now looking back, I'm like, oh, it's over. We're fine. It's like we got through it. It's fine.
And to me, it's very analogous to having a baby or raising a puppy, starting a new job. There's that 5 to 6 month learning curve of, oh my God, when does this thing sleep? When does it stop throwing up? When do I sleep?
Mm-hmm.
The puppy, my puppy, who's now 3, took her 3 years to figure out how to wake me up in the middle of the night because she has to go out.
Right.
Got
Right.
tired of waking up to puddles, but 3 years it took her to, and I have to remind myself that with any of these new endeavors, it's a learning curve. And sometimes you get curveballs, and turning profitability, turning that corner always takes longer than what you hope.
Yes.
Always.
I would agree with that. I certainly think I thought I had realistic goals, and I certainly didn't think that I had unrealistic goals. I was not planning to be a millionaire in the first year, obviously. I wasn't planning to in my mind, pie in the sky, right? Oh, I'm going to open up 6 of these locations and it's all going to be smooth. I can tell you I have 2 open, and at this point, when will another open? I have no idea. If you would have asked me this, last year I had this great plan all on paper in an Excel spreadsheet, and this is going to open and this is going to open here and this is going to open there. And yeah, that's not the case anymore. So, I've got 2 open. I need to just sit back and see how these go and see where we can go from there. So,
Yeah. And that's the practical reality of it. And we won't talk politics, but in the last 6 months, people have talked about everything from the election, what's going to happen, interest rates, what's going to happen, the economy, the jobs report, what's going to happen. Bottom line is that people are still spending on personal needs. The health, fitness, wellness, beauty in the beauty sector, which is what I would put your business in. It's soap and bath products. That's wellness and health. People are going to spend on that kind of thing. But you and I are both finding in the Milwaukee market that it's more of a wait and see, show me kind of a market versus an early adopter, quick uptake kind of a marketplace.
yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I think, the other thing for me is that, my franchise there aren't a lot of them in Wisconsin. So we're still an emerging brand here.
Yeah.
And I think that, that in itself is creating some challenges, right? And what works I'm just going to randomly pick a state, what works in Nevada might not work in Wisconsin. And I think some of that is, is also the newness of the brand in general, and just trying to convey that to the corporate brand to say, like, that might work in wherever, but that's really not the reality here in where I'm at, and and then some of the pushback, well, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Well, don't you think I've tried it? Like, of course I've tried it. I mean, so I just think that there's a learning curve for the brand as well. I mean, I'm part of a brand that's growing, so they need to learn and they need to adapt to, hey, not everything is 6 stores in this small area anymore. Now we're growing. We're at 50 stores nationwide. But they're right. What works in Wisconsin might not work in Arkansas, or might not work in Alabama. And, what works in Nashville might not work in Chicago. So I think that, I think I'm learning as I go, and I hope that my brand is learning as they go as well.
Yeah, and I'm giving a lot of direct feedback to mine as well. It's a similar kind of thing. Actually, Nancy, the party line that, well, this is how you do recruiting, and this is how you do this is how. Like, you know what? I'm 6 months in and it's not working. Well,
Right,
are
right.
you executing it the right way?